another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Lucifer. This is episode 1 of season 6. This is the final season, and I've never been so happy to get into a season. I cannot wait. I'm so excited, but I'm also so sad. Honestly, I'm devastated. The fact that after this is finished, it is done and dusted, and that is it. Lucifer finished, wrapped up, finito. You know, we've been through the roller coaster of emotions, haven't we? We've had so many laughs and so many sad moments, and so many, you know, like crazy, oh my god moments and what's going on and twists and turns, and it's just been absolutely amazing. And I totally envy the people that have never actually seen this show, because right now I feel sorry for you, you've not seen it, but then once you find it, boom, and you get the joys of watching it. Him coming down, speaking to the police officer and compelling him in episode 1, and meeting Chloe for the first time, and bang, you're going to be hooked, and then you are going to be enjoying everything that we've done that's got us up until this moment and this season. And you know what, I think they've released the whole season. Usually they do it in little chunks, like half and half, because I think the first time I uploaded Lucifer on this YouTube was season 5, and it was the first section, and I'm sure that's like 1 year ago, and then part B was like last month, and then boom, the final one's come out. So it's literally, it's been like 1 whole year I've been waiting for this, and it's crazy. And I mean, last season was absolutely mad. You know, God was introduced, so was Michael as well, the evil twin, and you know, he fooled a few people but not everybody. And then obviously they went on to an absolute crazy battle of God being retired, and then obviously Lucifer wanted to take the throne, Michael wanted to take the throne, absolute all-out war at the end with the flaming sword. We had good action flying around. Yeah, you know, Lucifer, he ended up getting killed and going to heaven, luckily, which is he thought he was going to hell. And then obviously boom, mate, he ended up coming back into the earth. He ended up defeating Michael, flaming sword, whipping his wings off, and he's obviously bent the knee. And I loved it when he held the sword up at the end and was like, oh my me. And that, fun fact, was apparently improvised and not part of the script, but it works absolutely perfectly, fits with Tom Ellis's character, fits with Lucifer's character. He is now God, and it is just going to be absolutely crazy. I think that Michael is obviously going to come back, try to fight for the throne. That's what I think. But I'm just really excited. I don't know where we're going this season. I haven't seen any trailers, don't know what the storyline is, and I'm just ecstatic. Hopefully guys are really excited too. Last season Dan died, and obviously he's gone to hell, which is crazy, and I'm hoping that this season they can go in and get him and extract him out, and obviously either get him back to the present or take him where he rightfully deserves, up into heaven, because that is where he belongs. So if we get to do, let's pretend we're a genie and we've rubbed our lamp, yeah? We get 3 wishes for this season. I'm going to wish for Lucifer to go and help Dan and either bring him back and take him up into heaven so he can finish his life and live happily ever after with Charlotte. And number 2, I really do want Ella Lopez to find out that Lucifer is Lucifer, God, and all the supernatural stuff. Now, I understand people's counteract to that is that they absolutely love the fact that she doesn't know, because it keeps her faith in God, and you know, it fits her story, which I do agree with as well. You know, if you counter me with that, I can't really counter you back. I respect that decision, but mine, I really do want her to find out. And then my 3rd wish is obviously a Lucifer and Chloe wedding. You know, I want nothing more than that. I just, let's do the final episode, everybody all singing, all dancing, suited and booted, get another singing episode in, because it was absolutely sick last season, and let us ride off into the sunset and a beautiful wedding, King and Queen of Hell, or whatever you want to call it. So that is what I would love to see. Can't wait for this season. Hopefully guys enjoy it. If you're new here, links in the description for the full 3 videos of each episode that we do watch and upload. You can click it, watch it, no dramas. Thanks so much everybody. Hopefully guys enjoyed today's video, and let's jump into today's episode. This is like episode 1. Episode 1, mate.
What can I do for you, officer?
You know why I pulled you over?
Yes, I wasn't paying enough attention to the road, and I apologize. I've got a lot on my mind.
Oh, you were in the sandbox.
More of a football stadium. A month ago. Fought against my brother and his host of angels for the throne of heaven. It was all very biblical.
I just pulled over God?
Well, not quite. I still have to ascend to the Silver City and sit on the throne. I do that tomorrow. You're the officer who likes to drive fast with his siren on.
Yeah. Man, I am so glad I am running into you again.
Well, I hope you bought yourself something pretty with that money I gave you.
Like a ton of cocaine. Oh, man. It is liberating. Chasing my desires like that changed my life. And my wife left me. She took the house, you know. But my new house, a boat. Yeah. A lot of great characters down by the marina. Woo. You got any more of that money like last time?
Oh, it worked. You know, the guy ended up coming out with a bit of cash in his pocket.
Hello, Chloe.
Still not used to you calling me that.
In it, I don't like it.
No,
No,
I
I don't.
This is the world's only private club for magicians. Oh my gosh, I don't believe it. Look, over there in the corner. That is John Armstrong, one of the greatest card magicians in the world. Skill, cunning, and deception without actually telling a lie. What's not to love? No, oh.
That is facts.
You are a truth seeker. That's what made you a great detective. But me, I'm a wonder seeker. I was thinking on the drive over, do we really need to start tomorrow? I mean, we're having so much fun.
But you've already pushed the coronation once, and I mean, don't we have to get up there?
This is why we are here tonight. The final show of Magna the Magnificent.
I will literally conquer death, emerge resurrected.
She's loved it.
It's interesting. Do you know what? Like, even though that intro that they have, it's not singing or anything, it's just a little catchy, hooks you. Do you know what I mean? Not enough shows do that. I love that 70s show. I love, what is it? The Office, Parks and Rec, and obviously Friends. You need to get more of that. It just engages you straight away. No, shows don't do it enough. But also, what's interesting, like Lucifer 1 being God, yeah, he's pushed back his coronation once, and looks like he doesn't want to go and do it again for the second time. So I'm assuming that once he goes and accepts his role, that he can no longer live on Earth and they all have to stay in heaven. But you know, he's God. Can he not make his own rules up? Can he change them? You know, rules are there for breaking, aren't they? Also there for obeying. But you can also twist them, change them. And I would work it so I could come up and down as I please. Because we've seen God last season do it. He come down and chilled with him, didn't he?
Oh, at least he died knowing his illusion was never revealed.
Is that coming from inside the box?
You said not to touch anything.
What? No, open it.
Magna! It's done it again.
Erica, how could you miss your cue?
But if he's alive there, then who's that?
I'm a lawyer. My father doesn't have to answer any of these questions.
Ellen, you're an entertainment lawyer?
Not now, Dad.
Well, no worries there, because we're not actually the police.
I can't believe it! 6 weeks of dragging my bag to Lucifer and Chloe list crime scenes, and now boom!
It's not every day that my best friend and her girlfriend depart this mortal plane to rule hell.
I don't know. I mean, I'll figure it out when we get there.
I spoke with Magnar, and he explained that for this particular illusion, only one of the dueling sabers is actually sharp. This might sound absolutely crazy, but lately, I've been praying a lot. It feels like nobody's listening.
You probably know me from my Instagram account, BroMagic69.
So you know Magnar?
Me and him are still tight. I had his pre-show ritual with him tonight. Hey, I really dig how into talking to me you are. It kind of feels like we're already dating.
Has he slipped that on her? On that sleight of hand?
Have a good night.
We're getting Chloe really, really badly wants to be a police officer. I mean, she took the ultimate risk in quitting the job and obviously saying that she's going to stand by Lucifer last season. But you can tell she loves it and she just wants to be a detective. And that is... Some people just have a place in the world, don't they? That is definitely hers. And Ella's, mate. Ella loves being that, whatever you would call it, that analysis. She's sick at it as well. Like, they absolutely get the kicks off it, helping people as well. And yeah, so she's trying to find any excuse under the book to stay in it. She's loving it. Lucifer wants to go, but then and again, it seems like he's panicking a bit. He doesn't really know if he wants to go up into heaven. But I said, man, he has to bend his own rules. If he could literally go to heaven and come down, but then it'd be hard, isn't it? Because like Ella was saying, nobody's up there to answer prayers right now. She's been praying lately, and no God's there.
Yeah, Jared was a great collaborator.
I've heard he was set to cash in on some big Netflix series.
Start with what you were doing before the event this evening.
Oh, that's easy. I was bribing a motorcycle cop.
And you also claim that you're the devil?
Was the devil. God now.
And how old would you say you are again?
Well, one time works very differently in hell, so probably ageless.
He's just sensitive about his age. I mean,
the truth.
That's what I always tell everyone.
Yeah.
Well, I know, and I love you for that, but I think because of what you said to Carol, that you're his #1 suspect now.
I just got some really juicy gossip. Assistant Erica didn't get booked in her own room when victim Jared ordered room service, it was charged on Erica's
credit card.
Dinner parties. Just parties of all kinds. You know, like I did in the Silver City. You could rule hell, and I could run the social calendar.
Who are you going to bring fun to? Tortured, damned souls?
Well, it's not just damned souls, right? I mean, it's your siblings, too.
I'm joining the police force. I've been in the police academy for a while now, and it's going well.
This is the greatest gift you have ever given me.
Do you know what? This is one of the only shows I sit with a smile on my face most of the episode. I do get a sore jaw doing it, because even like not really funny situations just bring like smiley situations. I get where as well, you know what, where what's she called, Eve's coming from. Now, yeah, Mazikeen may be enough for her. Well, she is, obviously, she loves her, but like you can't just be a second thought, or like you can really love somebody and willing to do whatever it takes, maybe like Chloe is going up into to heaven, for example, but then when she's up there, she doesn't want to just be like an afterthought or just be like a little servant to you, or do you know what I mean? She wants to be involved and get stuff done, like where obviously she's go down into hell, she's gonna have no one to speak to, she can't do anything, throw no parties, no socially, nothing. It's just gonna be her and Maze, and now obviously that's fine, but how long can you be in somebody's company before you start getting stressed out about little little things, you know what I mean? Like a lifetime is a long time. Well, actually, she could die, can't she? So, I mean, still, though, 30, 40 years is still a long time, just you and one other.
Everyone I talked to loved you.
Jared told me that he would produce my solo act. But once Magnar made the decision to retire, suddenly Jared wasn't talking about my career anymore.
The wrong person. We have to solve this, or an innocent woman might go to jail. Victim's clothing? For any secret compartments, pockets, anything?
Right. Because it's not just about checking for normal dead guy stuff, it's about checking for magician dead guy stuff. I found a bead.
It's good police work. I think we may have cracked the case.
Said you didn't feel God's presence anymore. Is that such a bad thing?
Yeah, dude. We are all God's loved ones. He is there for everyone. Or at least he's supposed to be.
Maybe you lost it.
What is it you truly desire?
I want to be Magnar.
Do you?
Okay, fine. I've always wanted to be Magnar, but the truth is, I'm not cut out for the stage. Hey, I'm a great magician on Instagram.
It's complicated enough when humans meet their partners' families.
I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to go. I don't need to go home to be happy. It's so much better when they're still alive. You know, you can really feel the fear. I love that. I love you. I love our life. I could do this forever. I'll marry you tomorrow. Okay.
Imagine. Like I said, man, do you not just sit with a smile on your face the whole time? I'm pretty sure I do in this program anyway. Like, it's just a feel-good pro, all around feel-good. I even got water in my eyes, not from sad, right, from smiling. Literally, that's all I do in this show. That's why I'm devastated that it's going. I know that I'm sticking an episode on, whether it's like really chaotic or really funny or whatnot, right? I just know that, okay, not everyone's the best, but you're coming out of it happy that you sat down, smile on your face, knowing that that was a good 40-odd minutes that you've watched. And again, man, I'm really enjoying it. Very interesting. Maze didn't want to go to hell. Eve was just doing it to support Maze. And now Lucifer doesn't really want to go to heaven, it looks like. And Chloe's only doing it to support Lucifer. You know what I mean? It's madness. It actually is crazy. And what's really, really interesting is the fact that Lucifer looks like he's kind of second guessing as well, being God, figuring out that he's got to be there for everyone, you know, like he can't just be himself and enjoy himself. It's good having a status, you know what I mean? I'm God, but like, do you really want to do all those tasks? Maybe he goes to Michael and cuts the deal and says, look, Michael, do you know what I mean? You go, like, I'm God, but you can be God. Does that make sense? Like, I can have the role, you could do the work. He might take that. He can live in the Silver City. That's all he's wanted to do, isn't it? And Lucifer stays on Earth. That's our way that he can get around it.
All due respect, I cannot have you tampering with this investigation. I am in a tough situation here. While I do not appreciate you running a parallel investigation for the entire evening,
Do you have anything?
I would truly appreciate your thoughts now. I heard a lot of whispers about a media deal in the works, but when I asked Magnar about it, he said he'd never sell. He said Jared would never sell either.
No, back up, buddy.
Wow.
All Jared had to do was sign and cash checks, but not Jared. He's just as stubborn as the last Magnar. No! No! Damn it! No!
Oh no, she's got that still.
Necklace. You kept it.
I needed a confession.
That was really good, actually.
Yeah.
I'd wear that around my neck, me. Someone might want to rob it, though.
Being if I'm wrong, but I thought I put that in my safe.
Walking around every day armed, I just felt weirdly naked. Lucifer, I heard what you said to Magnar's son. You are worthy of your father's legacy. You died for me. I mean, what could be more selfless than that?
Much as I claim to know what will happen to me when I become God, I don't.
And I have faith that you'll figure this out.
Do you know who would be a good god? And I know it's absolutely random, and they're not from a celestial family, you know, so, like, it's just something that's possibly not even a possibility because, you know, out the realms of the family. But Ella would be a good god. Like, she is a person that loves all people. Yeah, she's like so happy and bubbly and joyous, and she really believes in the faith. And like, what better person to be the leader of faith? Somebody who's fully committed to it, somebody who loves everybody, and someone who's so happy. Like, she would be perfect. But again, even if they give it Ella, it'd be random because I'm all for, like, it should always be in the family, like, legacy. But yeah, then you can say things don't adapt and change, you know, like people. But she would be a fantastic one, but I don't think it's a possibility because she's not a celestial, is she? So I mean, I don't even know how that would even work, but she would be a good one.
Linda, you are a great therapist, and you did help them. But you see, I wonder if some of that was maybe for your own benefit as well.
I admit it, but after God himself has been on my couch, it's very difficult to go back to normal problems.
No problem is too small. Whatever good deed you do in the world, you are just as much of a hero as you are fighting a war for the throne of heaven.
He's a wise man. Oh, Danza.
Invented an entirely new afterlife for you, so I apologize if Bellius' serve isn't up to snuff.
It's more my backhand that's weak.
Stop screwing around and go be God. Then you can just beam me up. Every time you come down here, you give me hope. You let me down.
It's not Lucifer's fault.
Unless you actually have the answer. You see that?
New?
That's never happened before. You think it means something?
Is he sat on the throne, Lucifer of hell? It's a female. Oh, we've got a female sat on hell. Now that is interesting. Really interesting. Man, who could that be? The female. Okay, and that's going to wrap up today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thanks so much for checking out the channel. Interesting start to the season. You know, it kind of literally setting the foundations, I reckon. You know, it wasn't really chaotic. That's definitely going to come, and all the emotions are going to come flooding out towards the back end of the season. But this was more kind of... I kind of think that always in the first opening episodes, it can be for new people that are joining the show, and it's kind of like, even if you know nothing about it, you can kind of figure out like what's going on. So like, if you was new here and obviously watching it, you would have figured out that Lucifer is the devil, and he's obviously about to become and be God, and he's going to take Chloe with him. But he is second guessing whether he should actually go up, and obviously Chloe as well is stuck being a detective. She still is still in instinct, and she loves it, and obviously she's give that up. And obviously we're learning that Mazikeen, she was supposed to be the Queen of Hell, but then she doesn't really want to go, and she's committed to being here on Earth. And again, similar situation to Chloe, who's going to follow Lucifer up into heaven. And you've got Eve, who's obviously going to follow her down into hell. Now, I understand where Eve is coming from, because there was no literally foundation for them down there, i.e., what was she going to do? If she was going to rule the same way as Mazikeen as joint leaders and have the same sort of like authority, and she can go and torture people and stuff, then maybe. But if she wasn't going there with no set plan or action, and all she was doing is being Mazikeen's girlfriend or fiance or whatever you want to call it, then it is the time is going to go slow. You're going to be unhappy. There's nothing to do down there. You're losing all your friends and your family and your good life that you got up here to go down there to be with one person and have no interactions with anybody else. And after a bit of time, you know, you do spend time together in a confined room or small space, or you have no friends and nobody else. you're going to cause a bit of drama and you're going to start arguing. You know, it's not all going to be all singing, all dancing. So, I mean, it's interesting how Linda as well was using like her therapist skills to kind of like drag it out of them. She was kind of dropping things here and there, trying to force them to speak about it. And I like how Menadil said at the end that, you know, was you just doing it for them or for yourself as well? You know, he's learned a bit from Linda, seeing as they're together, and she was saying, you're not a bad therapist yourself, you know. She still kind of wants her friends to be around. She doesn't really want to lose them. And it's good that they said that, because she would be lonely as well, you know, like she was saying, she's been getting used to all this celestial therapy. And you know what, she'd be really good, wouldn't she? Imagine if she went to hell and like done the therapist towards all the crazy people down there, you know, she'd have way more fun than normal people problems, like she was saying. Once you've had God on your couch, you know, you can't go back, and just standard normal people problems just don't cut it anymore. I like how Menadil as well signed up to be in the police academy or whatever it is, going to be a police officer. He would be good on the force as well, because, you know, he can just be a second Lucifer, but in just a different way. And obviously, he's probably a more nicer guy than Lucifer. I'm not saying Lucifer's not a nice guy, but he's a funny guy, Lucifer, where I reckon that Amenadiel would be a serious, proper police officer, and he'd do the job like in the actual way. Lucifer just jokingly goes around and does it, but it seems to work anyway because he's got a good mix with the detective, and they blend really well together. Like I said, we've seen Ella Lopez. She's here still working, grafting. It looks like she's getting a new thing for the lad that was introduced for her last season, like the secret date or whatever that Dan was trying to set her up with. Is now the lead detective, obviously in the police department, taking over Chloe's place, and they've kind of got like a little connection going. But it gets you thinking, like, who is sat on hell there? Like, it's a female, and I was trying to figure out the different names of the female characters that we've seen, baddies or whatever. It's not even baddies, like just people that would actually be on there. Like, to me, seeing as we're in the final season, I feel like it should be somebody that's been in the show before and not a new character. But then again, I can't, off the top of my head, think of anyone but Charlotte, and I don't understand why Charlotte would be down there sat in hell. And if she is, maybe she can just get with Dan down there. You know, Lucifer said that he's created like her own little world or universe, so to speak, where he's the first person that is not being tortured, suffering a hell day, so to speak, over and over again. I'm just interested to see where it goes. We didn't see no Michael here, even though I do feel like he's going to play a factor in the show. He's going to try and take back the God thing or whatever. But maybe Lucifer hands it him. Don't know after today how much he actually really wants to, you know. So, I mean, there's lots of questions that we can get addressed later on in the season. I thought it was a decent opening. Excited for the final, you know, the final 9 episodes. I believe there's only 10, and I think that they're all going to be great. I just sat with a smile on my face this episode. Hopefully, you guys did too. Thanks so much for checking out the channel. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, please smash a like. It really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.